I've had a fair share of cats in my life. Unfortunately, 2 have passed away and 1 lives with my parents. But either way, I'm a cat lady at heart, and so is the sim living here. It's a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom house on the coast of Brindleton Bay, and of course it has a catio to go with it. But with that being said, let's get on to the speed build. So before I start actually talking about the build, I just want to make 2 things clear. First of all, I just want to apologize in advance if you hear any background noise. I don't know what's going on, but there's like a bunch of planes flying past my house and they're loud. So I'm very sorry if you hear that. Number 2, this isn't going to be like a normal speed build where I say, oh, now I'm doing the bedroom, now I'm doing the kitchen, blah, 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 blah. I might like sprinkle that in a little bit every now and then, but for the most part, I'm going to be yapping, not about the build. So if you don't like that, no hard feelings, you can click off the video. But if you do like that, I hope you enjoy watching this. But before I start yapping, I will talk a little bit about the build and everything. So like I said in the intro, it's a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom. There's no like individual kitchen, dining room, living space. It's all like jumbled in together. So it's literally the best for one sim. Like I mean it. It's a very, very small, I wouldn't say like cottage, but it's a very small house. The majority of it is taken up with a catio, but obviously if you don't want that, you can just change it into like a bedroom or something. I don't know. This house is meant for a cat lady, and it's on my gallery as a cat lady house. My gallery ID is just luvions, so if you want to check it out, you can. And I also made a sim to go with it. So if you ever need a cat lady to fill up your save, or you want to put her in this house, you can. I think it's like Crazy Cat Lady. I'll put it on the screen, but those 2 you can download from the gallery if you like this build or want to see the sim. But the reason that I wanted to yap, like not about the build, but about myself, is because I don't think I'm terribly good at like speaking about builds and stuff. I always find it like hard to like come up with stuff to say about the build, I guess. I'm just bad at it. So I thought today I would give myself a little bit of a break and just talk about whatever, I guess. So again, if it's not your forte, no hard feelings, you can click off. But if you enjoy it, hi, welcome. I also have a lot of new faces to this channel. I don't think I'm like a big hotshot or anything, don't worry, but I've had a lot of new, like just a couple new faces come in, and like people that like watch my previous content too, they don't know much about me. So I thought this video could be like a good, like, I guess thing to like have y'all get to know me, I guess. I don't know. But my name's Luvions. I'm not giving away my real name for like obvious reasons. I'm 20 years old and I live on the East Coast. That's as much detail as I will give about that. I am married. I'm married for a year and a half now, I believe. So that's exciting. So I originally started this channel in March or April, something like that. I've always been a really big fan of The Sims 4. The first video that actually got me into The Sims was I Has Cupquake. If you don't know her, she's a legend. She was a very like, think like Dan TDM, Sky Does Minecraft, like old Minecraft YouTuber stuff. She did like more than just that, but like her main niche was Minecraft. And my first introduction to The Sims was watching her Sims 3 Island Paradise videos. And I really like those videos a lot because, fun fact, The Sims 4 was obviously my first Sims game, but I couldn't play The Sims 3 because I didn't have a computer. And my first computer was when I bought my own when I was 17. So yeah, I still have not gotten a chance to play The Sims 3 yet, but I am a huge Sims fan ever since I saw that video. And then afterwards, I think mostly every single like Sims player knows Life Simmer. I also got into her videos then, and then I kind of just like grew out of it, stopped watching it, but I was still like, oh, I want The Sims, but like I can't play it, blah, 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 blah. And then when COVID hit, I think everybody knows Lil Simsy. I got into her and I was like, oh, that's really cool what she does, like making like Sims videos and stuff. So I didn't want to like set out to be a Sims YouTuber per se, but I've always liked the video making aspect of it. I guess if this becomes my career path, that would be pretty cool, but this is not the career path I foresee myself in. I actually want to be a IO psychologist, and if you don't know what that is, it's an industrial organizational psychologist. It's basically, think of it as like a better version of HR. And like, I know y'all hear the word HR and you're like, ooh, I don't know, luvions. But like, the best way I can explain it is like just helping people in the workplace. Like, I'm not going to be a therapist to them or anyway, but like, what I want to do is like help make workplaces more efficient, and like mainly just for the worker, not for the business, because but just for the worker itself, and just help them be productive in like the environment. I know I'm not doing a very good job at explaining it, but if you want to look it up, you can. I think it's a very interesting thing. I'm currently in school right now for college. I go to a community college, not like a big like 4-year university. So I'm getting my associates in the arts, but I am transferring to like a big state college. For the job I want, I have to get like basically my PhD in it. So I'm going to be working a lot in school. Kind of just doing this as like a side thing. If it ends up being something big, I don't want to give up my career for that, but who knows? I'll see where the wind takes me. I don't expect myself to get this far. So anyways, I do want to talk a little bit more about the build for just like a quick second. You see all this furniture in the build, it's not staying there. Well, like I say that, but like besides the cat trees, everything else really, it's not staying there. It's just a placeholder for like how I want everything to go. Just because it is such a small house and like the layout, there's not much you can do with it. So I wanted to just picture it before I did it, just to make sure everything is going to be according to plan. I'm going to be doing the kitchen, living room, dining room section for like a majority of the build. By the way, this house looks like a sad beige mom house, and it basically is. Not the cat lady that I posted on the gallery though. She's pretty cool. I just had no idea what color scheme I wanted to do, so I just did like the first thing that came to mind, which was sad beige mom. So I apologize, but again, you can change it if you want to, if you don't like it. I also want to say another thing. You see that I'm putting like this what is it called, like the thing that sucks up all the smoke. I forgot the name of it, but I put that in the middle of like these two like shelving units, and like I put like a bunch of like clutter like on the sides of it and on top. I think that looks so cool. It's my favorite part of the build, low-key. And I know that's like a very silly thing to say, but like I just think it looks sick, and I want to start doing that more in my builds. That was a smart idea by me, not to toot my own horn or anything, but anyways, more talking about myself. I have a cat and a dog. I'll put them on screen right now. Their name is Maui and Odin. Maui's the cat, Odin's the dog. I've had Maui ever since I was 15 years old, so he's 5 years old right now. I got him as a birthday present actually, because ever since my previous cat Puffy died, she was pictured in the beginning of the video actually, but ever since then I was like begging my parents, like, please, can I have a cat, can I have a cat, can I have a cat? They said no, and I guess they got sick of my begging, because eventually for my birthday they were like, we have a surprise for you. And they took me to PetSmart and they were like, you can get a cat. And I was like, oh my god. So I got my cat Maui, and he's been my best friend literally ever since I got him. He's an orange cat, so you can see kind of how he can be sometimes. He's beating the stereotypes like a little bit. Like, he's not as crazy as he was when we first got him, and like the years after that. He's mellowed out since. But that is about Maui. And then me and my husband, we got Odin, our dog, from an actual adoption place. We got him from the Humane Society. We don't know much about his past. They just told us that he was like in a litter full of like other dogs, and he was the last one to go. So we met him. We literally fell in love with him. So we got him. Fun fact though, his name is actually misspelt. And you might be thinking, what? Huh? So originally we wanted to name him Odin, like Odin, after the Norse god Odin, but we forgot how it was spelled. So on his dog tag, because before we picked him up, we like decided on a name and everything. So we went to Walmart, and I don't know if all of them have it, but like some of them have these like little like dog tag machines where you can make like a dog tag for like your cat or dog or whatever, pet parrot maybe, I don't know. But we wanted to name him Odin, so we were like, how is that spelled? We didn't look it up because we're not that bright, obviously. So we spelled it Oden, like the soup. So his name is literally just soup. So That's good, but he's a really sweet dog. He just turned a year old a couple months ago, actually, because when we got him, he was like 4 months old. He was so tiny. Oh my god, he was a little baby. Yeah, he's a big dog now. He's a medium-sized breed, and he is a lab hound mix. We don't know what hound he is, but we're thinking like he's probably like some sort of like foxhound, maybe. I don't know. If there's any dog people in the comments, let me know what breed you think he is. I've also gotten people saying that he like looks like he has some pit in him, which like I don't really see. But again, I'm not a dog expert, so if there's a dog expert, please try and identify the breed that he is, I guess. I don't know. But everyone that ever meets him, they always tell me, oh my god, is he like pitty? Is he part pit? And I'm like, no. Where do you see that at? I don't see it. But now switching on to the actual like main part of this build, just to talk about it again for a couple of minutes. This is the catio. And when I first made this build, I wanted a catio so bad because what's a crazy cat lady without like a space for her cats, you know? First I was just gonna make it like a whole bedroom for cats. I know how silly that sounds, but like I wanted it to like look like an actual like bedroom that like the cats sleep in every single night. She like tucks them into bed or something. I don't know. But then I just decided on a catio, and I really liked how it turns out. I know it's not bright and colorful and whatnot, and it probably should have been because cats need stimulation, but it's fine. I put I think 2 or 3 I think I put 2 cat trees in this. So there's a ton of space in the catio for your cats to like hang out or whatever. And we're moving into the bedroom. I'll talk about this super quick, and then I'll yap about me one more time because we're getting closer towards the end of the speed build. This room, had no idea how I wanted it to go just because the layout is so funky. You can see me, I was struggling a lot where to put the bed because there was quite literally no good space for it just because of how many doors and windows and all that stuff were. I tried on the wall where the cat tree was because it looks like the obvious choice, but that just meant there was no space to get around the room and it was blocking the door, and I didn't want that. So I ended up just putting it in this like a little nook corner situation, and I just put like a bunch of like generic stuff. I used the cover boards from the new kit. I put like another cat tree in there because duh, and I just put a carpet to fill up the space. But back to me. The last thing I want to talk about is just my hobbies, because obviously I play The Sims. Like that's a hobby, but I also like doing embroidery as well. I got into it, I want to say like 6 months ago, because originally, and I still do, I make friendship bracelets. Like it's just a hobby I like. So over that time of like making friendship bracelets, I've gathered quite a bit of embroidery floss. So I decided, I have all this thread, but I don't really have that much use for it besides making friendship bracelets. So I went out, bought myself like a pair of like needles to like different size needles, I guess. I don't know. And I started just like trying to teach myself. And the way that I like to embroider is I don't like doing like the hoops thing. I don't know what it's called. I'm sorry. I don't like doing that though, just because I don't know. I like doing it more on my clothes, like my jeans and stuff. I don't really have any photos to like show, I guess, for it. You're just gonna have to take my word, because most of the time I'll do it, but then I just like kind of like get frustrated at myself because it's not looking how I want it to look. So I just end up like picking out all the thread and like redoing it. But besides that, I also like making friendship bracelets, like I mentioned earlier. I actually have like a whole jar in my room of just friendship bracelets I've made. I don't ever wear them. I just like making them. And I know that's kind of strange because like what's the point of a friendship bracelet if you're not gonna wear it? But I digress. Other than that though, I enjoy reading a lot. I'm currently reading Funny Story by Emily Henry, I believe. I'm only like 100 pages in so far, but I've been enjoying it. So I need to finish it though. Anyways, we are starting to move on towards the end of the build. I'm just doing the last finishing touches. I'm like adding wallpaper, adding terrain paint, making sure everything's looking the way that I want it to look. But yeah, I'm just trying to make sure everything looks nice and polished in the way I like it. But with that being said, I'm gonna hop into game super quick and just give y'all like an actual like house tour instead of a speed build. But I'll see y'all in game in like 2 seconds. Alright, so here is the final build. I think it came out really cute. So I'll just give you all a little tour super quick. Cat lady is here with all of her cats. So just if you see anything like running about, that's the cats. But you come in here. I put the sculptures up of all the cats. I think it's pretty cute. I don't know. And I tried to make them matches like as closely as possible to the sculptures in here. Yeah, but you come in straight here. Kitchen is right here with cats running about. There's a little dining table that I was talking about. I wasn't too fussed about like having a big one just because I planned on only one sim living here. Here is the living room. I used the Grange bedroom like modular cabinets, I guess. I don't know, for like a little TV stand thing, and I think it came out super cute. Over here we have the catio that I was talking about. We got a couple cat trees. One of the litter boxes is in here as well right there. We got the food bowls and like scratching posts, all the stuff for them. Over here we got the bedroom area. I put some cat toys and like a cat wand right there for your sim or the cat lady, whoever's living here. We got another cat tree with a cat bed, and then here is the little bedroom area. I mean, it's not much. The main point of the build was the cat space, so I didn't go too crazy with the decor. And then we just have a little bathroom right here. I put another litter box in the bathroom because I didn't know where else to put it. And this would be like very gross in real life, not gonna lie, but it's The Sims, so it does not matter. But anyways, that is all that I have for this build. If you liked it, let me know by leaving a like, a comment, and maybe even a subscribe. And I hope you are having an awesome day, night, morning, evening, wherever you are. And I will catch you on my next video. Peace out.